really smart. Don't embarrass me. George.
Did you really kiss Katy Perry?
Actually, she kissed me.
Next.
Not George.
Spencer.
Don't care.
Why is Mr. Gilbert better than Baxter?
Oh, shit. Spoilers. This flick pops off with a real-life, already famous musician and actress, acting as a famous musician and actress. She is super duper awesome and she's in the middle of her wedding to marry her fiancé Drake, whom is a famous musician. This is Charlie. He's an average guy with an average daughter named Daughter. Charlie teaches at the same school Daughter intends. She thinks her father is a lame. After class, in a stairwell, Charlie is spying on Daughter like any normal father would. Another employee, whom looks like a 51-year-old famous comedian, is accompanying him. They're chatting. Charlie wants Daughter to be okay, safe, and cool, and then one kid does the robot dance. Big Beard comes down the stairs with a ringing cell phone. His ringtone is a song made by J-Lo and Drake titled, Marry Me. Charlie is unaware of how popular the song is because he's lame. To make Big Beard jealous, 51-year-old comedian said she's taking her new girlfriend and her ex-girlfriend to J-Lo's and Drake wedding/concert. The scene cuts to J-Lo FaceTiming Drake on a massage table. Drake is like, "Did you see my post, bae?" J-Lo looks at the post and tells Drake, "I love it." J-Lo tells Drake, "I love you." Drake is like, "I love you." Later Charlie tries to bond with Daughter and she's like, "Can I go to sleep now?" Later J-Lo is having a bath while watching Cinema Recap and Jimmy Fallon is cracking jokes about her upcoming wedding because she's already had multiple weddings. She doesn't seem too cheerful about it. Now, it's wedding day. Charlie's in class and 51-year-old comedian is reflecting on her 2-week relationship. She was dumped via text message. Relatable. She thinks it's so rude. I think it's more suitable and safer. Later, she convinces Charlie to take Daughter to the wedding/concert, because it will make him look not lame. Charlie and Daughter are at the concert. J-Lo is performing, and 51-year-old comedian tells her ex to suck it. Drake also performs. During the concert, J-Lo's manager shows her a video of Drake having a baby making sandwich with her assistant. She is not happy about it. She shocks the world when she decides to marry a random guy in the crowd. It's Charlie. They exit. J-Lo's assistant tries to explain, but J-Lo is not hearing it. Drake tries to explain, but J-Lo is not hearing it. The limbo driver probably witnessed the most awkward conversation in human history. Later J-Lo is back watching Cinema Recap and Jimmy Fallon is back at it again with the wedding jokes. Colin is there to support her. Next day, J-Lo is having a yoga section and her ex-fiancé is blowing her phone up but J-Lo is not hearing it. J-Lo wants to stay married to Charlie because she doesn't want to look like a clown. Colin tells her it's illegal because they didn't file papers. Now Colin and 51-year-old comedian is consulting with Charlie. Charlie doesn't seem to be fond about being married to J-Lo. But they get him on board with the program. Charlie has clout now. Charlie meets his wife for the second time and it's awkward as hell. They watch J-Lo do a commercial shoot. And now Charlie and his newlywed wife is in a press conference. Reporters pressure them with questions about their crazy marriage. They both play it smooth. They seem to have some good chemistry, and now J-Lo is off to London. Later Charlie takes the dog outside for a walk, the paparazzi ruins it. To get rid of them, 51-year-old comedian tells them she can only boo-boo when people are watching. Charlie is spending time with Daughter. She asks him a bunch of questions about J-Lo. Daughter think it's cool to know her and she view this experience as a positive thing for her father because he never does anything spontaneous and wants to meet J-Lo too. J-Lo and Charlie are bowling and J-Lo gets a strike. Later, she goes to Charlie's apartment. They talk about their past marriages and end up going for a walk. This super special awesome famous musician/actress doesn't have a bodyguard and there is no paparazzi in sight, let alone no one else walking on the street, because movie logic. J-Lo is talking about her ex-fiancé Drake. Charlie tells her it's pretty bad because he smashed her assistant. That cheers her up a little. Charlie is now semi-famous. He goes to photo shoots, recording studios. Daughter thinks he is cool now. And he now steps on the red carpet. Charlie and J-Lo were taking photos and ex-fiancé Drake shows up. He asks her to come with him in Spanish. Charlie and J-Lo are now talking regularly on the phone. Charlie is excited for daughter because she is now in the math club. They seem to be falling for one another. The next day, Charlie is teaching a class and 51-year-old comedian brings in J-Lo and all the kids are like OMG. The kids get a chance to ask J-Lo questions. Charlie asks daughter to come to the front and practice the mathathon. She doesn't want to because she is too shy to talk in front of people. J-Lo is excited to finally see her for the first time. Daughter is excited to meet J-Lo. Charlie is excited because daughter is excited. Excitement is everywhere. Daughter is afraid to talk in front of a crowd of people. J-Lo gives her advice. She tells them about a time she was too nervous and forgot the lyrics to a song she wrote. J-Lo helps them practice the mathathon by dancing and singing out the answers to math problems. J-Lo says this method helps her focus. It's now nighttime. J-Lo is practicing on a piano. Daughter is chilling with J-Lo. Daughter asks J-Lo, "Do you like my dad?" Charlie walks in. J-Lo gives daughter a Coach bag. And he tells her she has to go study. Charlie tells J-Lo she's beautiful. J-Lo tells Charlie he's a great teacher. Charlie asks his newlywed wife out for the first time. She accepts. Daughter is spying on her father like any other normal daughter would. It's prom night and two famous people are in a public city, at a public school, and there is no paparazzi in sight or no bodyguards, because of movie logic. They go inside. Hey, Big Beard is there and he gets an autograph from J-Lo. For no apparent reason, a highly successful super famous singer wants to get on stage and perform a song for free because movie logic. She asks Big Beard to assist her in a performance. She sings a song relevant to the emotional situation they're both in. They have a ball. Same night, they walk and talk and end up at Charlie's place. They slow dance to classical music. They share an intimate kiss. Next morning, Charlie wakes up to a J-Lo standing in the doorway. Charlie challenges J-Lo to live a normal life without help from assistants, cooks, etc. J-Lo challenges Charlie to live a social media life. They go to one of J-Lo's getaway mansions. She has no idea how the house works. J-Lo is trying to get used to doing things on her own. Now J-Lo hangs around the school regularly. Charlie sees J-Lo in a classroom and they share a hormone sandwich. It's Charlie's birthday and J-Lo takes him to an amusement park. They share an intimate kiss after making a wish. The class is practicing math and Drake shows up. Drake tells J-Lo they're nominated for Best Pop Vocal Performances for the song, Marry Me, and he wants her to perform with him. J-Lo is not feeling it, plus Charlie is feeling some type of way about that. Charlie and J-Lo talk on the side and she ends up accepting. Charlie, 51, and daughter watch the performance from home. It's obvious J-Lo might want a hormone sandwich from Drake. Daughter even notices this and tells Charlie to get your ass to garden. Charlie shows up at the party. He's having second thoughts about J-Lo, and to top it all off, Drake is singing a song about second chances. Charlie breaks up with J-Lo. Charlie is sad. J-Lo is sad. Charlie can't get J-Lo out his head because she's everywhere. J-Lo and Drake are back together. J-Lo is having second thoughts about Drake. Later that night, on the Jimmy Fallon show, J-Lo walks out on Drake. She rushes to an airport with the intentions to see Charlie. She flies lower class and meets 51 at the airport. 51 tells J-Lo Charlie is at the mathathon. She gets her a bus. They make their way to the school. The mathathon championship is taking place. It's daughter turn to perform. She starts to get nervous, and Charlie helps her. J-Lo arrives. Time is running out, daughter states her answer and it's correct, but she said it after the timer ended. Charlie cheers daughter up. J-Lo cheers daughter up. Daughter is all cheered up now. J-Lo asks Charlie to marry her again. He says yes. The end.